South Africa. My favorite project is Cardano currently, because of just the history and the future that it holds. And yeah, I've recently started trading officially this year. But as an amateur trader, I've been doing it for the past 2 years. And yeah, Formi Pro has been everything to me, and it's been a great journey so far. And all thanks to our leader for today. And yeah, feel free to be comfortable in sharing your insights and your questions. I think we're all a family here just to enjoy the journey and make money in the process. Thank you.
Oh yes, oh yes. Thanks, Onke. Thanks for that input. So Onke says that his favorite project at this point of time is Cardano Ada, in terms of what they are working on, and especially where they are in their roadmap at this point of time. So it's exciting times, exciting times. So anyone else can follow next, share who you are and where you are in your trading journey. You are more than welcome to also share a specific coin that you like, or a specific project that you like, so we know what you are trading.
Hi, Lucian.
Hi, guys. How's it?
All right, but also trading. My name is Saeed, fine from Port Elizabeth. Sorry for not having a video. I'm at work at the moment. But I've also started trading Cardano as my primary coin, not because you like Cardano so much, because of what I've read about it, and I've got to learn where this coin is at the moment and what's still coming. So I'm excited about that. On my spare time, I try to do as much charting, even if I don't take a trade, just to do the charting, just to see if I would have been correct or not, where I'm making mistakes. But so far, the journey has been amazing.
Okay, awesome stuff, awesome stuff. Thanks, Ais.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Norma.
I'm Norma. Hi, I'm Norma, and I'm a newbie. I'm still learning about the crypto world and still confused about what is a blockchain, what is a contract, which coin to hold, how to hold, do I exchange, but I'm still learning.
Okay, fantastic. Tell me, Norma, have you you have bought a few coins from what I can remember, Ethereum and BNB, eh?
Yes. So what I did was today I really started doing the 16 questions today so that I can really know what's going on. So I did that today, and then I kind of like went onto the market to see where the prices were. And then I waited for the price to go up, and then I changed all the coins into Tether.
That's
what I did.
That's great, because we actually saw BNB. In fact, all the coins, it went up. So then it met some resistance, and then it actually came back. So it's now actually looking like it wants to retest that resistance. So thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. So basically, in a nutshell, guys, for those of you who are just starting, she had some coins, and then when the price went up, and then she sold it, and now she's looking for a cheaper entry position for her. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing, Norma. Samukelo, would you care to share? Let's check that, because not everybody can unmute your mic. Might be at work. Okay, so I think that's overall a nice feedback, guys, from you guys. So what I'm going to do at this point of time is I'm going to look at what Bitcoin is doing, and then also what the alts are doing. What I'm foreseeing, we'll also do a recap on what we spoke about last week and see whether we are on track or not. Okay, so this chart is quite busy. So last week we basically ended off here, and my predictions for the rest of the week was, remember, I brought in fact, let me take away all these things and then just bring them up again. So last week, so it looks less busy. So last week, we know that these two resistance lines, these two supply support lines, which is your demand zones, were here, and we were trading this way. Now, 7 days went past. So what did I say last week? I said, you know what, guys, we are now here. So what I'm expecting another pullback. If it were to break this, if it were to break this demand zone here, then it would actually go here to this one. I said, if it breaks this one, it would go here. However, like we can see, is it did not necessarily immediately come down and go and retest it. In fact, let me put this down. It didn't come straight down to come and retest it. We still stayed there. So remember what I said? I said, I don't think that we are bearish as yet, but I'm expecting, because remember last week we actually got our second dip. So everybody were shattered. We didn't know whether we should hold any coins or not. However, I said, you know what can happen is we can get rejected here at this. However, we didn't get rejected immediately because the market actually, it came down, but it went right back up. But I said we should be fairly comfortable here. So I'm not expecting it to go below 29,000. So what happened? It took a bit longer for us to come and retest it. I was expecting it to come and to be retesting here. It took a bit longer, but we did see the retest. So if you got out there, like I've said, you must have gotten worried because, I mean, you sold your coins and I mean, but it's not retesting immediately, but it took some time. However, it did retest. So now it's actually coming back. Now I drew some charts on my, in the bigger time frame. I drew some charts to actually look at what we are actually I basically zoomed into this part right here. So we were here, we got ejected. So I zoomed into this part and I saw that we were actually coming out of this wedge right here. So I'm going to once again zoom out on this one, the one I just sent on my phone. There, it's basically this. Let's go to a smaller time frame. Okay, just give me a second. See if there's a message there. Please forgive me. I need this. Okay, sure. We are recording this. So for those of you who can't make it, give me the games. Okay, there we go. For those of you who can't stay, we are obviously recording this. Let's just make this bigger. We will look at different altcoins now. So for now, I'm going to take, in fact, I'm going to bring that prediction a bit down so you understand why I actually made this prediction. So it actually going back to the golden ratio. But let me just give me a second, because we are actually starting to break out of this downward trend, which is actually a good thing. So what I did was I drew this wedge, because after this downward trend, we actually saw some support there. So what I did, the entire time I was actually using this wedge to actually trade in between. So I was fairly happy, because whatever Bitcoin did, the alts would follow. So I was actually fairly happy to actually trade in this wedge right here. But then we saw something great, actually, was that even though this was our trend line, we actually started seeing that it was retested here once again today. So that was the time when Norma, when she actually sold the coins. So if we were to go back to the other altcoins, we would see that they were actually also breaking out of their trend. So Bitcoin went out and then it came back. So if I were to bring this to a 15-minute, we would actually see more clearly. Oh no, 15 minutes is too big. Let's do 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour is fine. You guys should be able to clearly see it. So we broke out a few hours ago. We went through, but we came back. It's as if it actually did this. Went through, came back, and we retested. So now it seems as if it's actually wanting to make its way back up. So we can already see that the altcoins are already responding, and it seems like Bitcoin is actually ready to go back to our 39, our 40. Guys, for me, if we can actually get to this range, yeah, in fact, let's not confuse, let's stay with the supply and demand zones. So supply, if we can actually come back to this zone and come and test it, that is what I'm expecting now. So this is the first one, and then obviously once we have hovered around there, then I'm expecting it to actually break the second one. Still the same supply, still the same trade or the same levels that I was expecting last week. So I said around about 2 weeks, we should actually get to the golden ratio. Because remember, if I put this here, when we spoke, we were around about, we just check, we tested 34, we were just breaking. Okay, last week, what is the day today? Today is the first, so it was 24th, around about here. So I said that we will obviously go there, but we need to break this first. We need to break that. If we break this, then we should get back to the golden ratio, so or the golden zone, and yeah, that'll actually be perfect for me in terms of my trades. But I have done quite a bit of shorts because I wasn't expecting Bitcoin to actually break through this trend unless I actually we actually got some great news, etc. However, today we broke through it, but we are retesting it at this point of time, and we can see there, if you, I assume that you can see my entire screen, we are already at 37,300. So at 37,300 is basically what we need to break, we need to go to the 39, 38. If we were to be able to go there, and then I will actually feel more bullish. But guys, I'm feeling more bullish than bearish at this point of time. So therefore, I actually, when we retested here, the time when Norma sold, I also sold my coins. I did not get back in. And in fact, whilst I was preparing for this call, I saw that we are actually going back up now. But it's fine. There will always be trades in the market. Like Brandon has just said that it's not as if the market is going to close today. So yeah, so this is what Bitcoin is doing. Let's look at a few alts. Since there are quite a number of people here who are also trading these coins, so I'm going to open up this. What are we on now? 150 odd. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, so sometimes when I trade, I use the seconds. I don't know whether you guys already traded on seconds, but it's I'm telling you, it's something different. Especially for those who are leveraging, they will actually find that quite amazing. So we also do the 1 hour. No use for me to really chart Cardano. Why? Because it's doing the same that Bitcoin is actually doing. So it broke through, it came back, and then it actually went back up. So I sold here. I was supposed to buy back here and make that, what percentage is this? I sold here. Let's see. It's almost 10%. Oh, this chart was so, actually it's here, so not on the first one, on the second one. So it's like 5%. I should have gotten back in there, but I was expecting it to come right back down to this line. As we can see that the moving averages also plays a role in actually providing a resistance, or not a resistance, a support. So we are actually moving on the upward. But I don't care if Bitcoin were to go, if Cardano were to go up 10% now, and it comes down to a retest, even if I buy my coins back a bit more expensive than where I sold them, which was here, even if I were to buy them back here, at least I would get some confirmation because it would have broken this. So this is a key resistance for me on this coin. This is a key resistance. If it were to break through here, this would be its next stop. As you can see here, it slightly touched it. So if it's major news like what's going on, I'm not going to share because I don't want to influence everybody. But if you are trading this, you know what's happening in terms of Cardano. Tomorrow, the first smart contract is going live. So that's big enough news to actually plunge right through this. But I'm also waiting for confirmation. So I'm not making that trade as yet. Are there any questions, or what coins are you guys trading? I'm just getting the charger for my laptop. For Cardano at 1.36 over the weekend. Wow! That's great. That's great. Fine. Awesome. We actually caught it the height at the bottom. That's actually a good trade. So you up over 10%. Yeah. I think I was also sharing a bit of Cardano news in the group. I'm not sure. Yeah, but 130, it's not easy that we will actually see those levels. Those are the kind of trades that you almost feel that you don't need to put a stop loss, but it's always good to actually trade with stop losses, but you are well in profit. So that is a what? 24% trade, 24% trade already. So yeah, got the banner as well, some kilo. Fantastic, fantastic. So I can't wait for tomorrow, guys. This next 90 days will actually be very exciting in terms of Cardano. Let me just check why my laptop isn't charging. Okay, so it seems as if we guys are trading the same coins, and the reason why we trade this coin, I mean, it just makes sense. Oh, I was telling you guys that Bitcoin is Cardano is outperforming Bitcoin, as you can see here. So this is BTC ADA. You can see that Cardano is outperforming Bitcoin because it used to be 3,988 satoshis for a Cardano, but now it's 4,000 odd. Now the same when it comes to ETH, even though Bitcoin and Ethereum are moving up, but Cardano is actually moving up even faster. So ADA and Ethereum, let's see. So it used to be here 41,500, but now it's 63. So yeah, now ADA is back to its 69.70. So it keeps being rejected there. So we can actually see there. So I actually went away from trading view. So let me just quickly. So this is the levels. Cardano tether. There we go. So this level, it keeps actually being rejected. If it were to break through there, we're going to test this. But here at 70, we keep being rejected. So I'm just waiting for confirmation. If it breaks through there, gets rejected here, even if it only comes back to 76 or 77, and it starts moving back up, I'm going to look for my confirmations and I'm going to get in and I'm going to hide away the top. It's actually a very, very, very dangerous trade that I'm doing at this point of time because I mean Cardano can just take a move now because of what's happening in its ecosystem. But I'm willing to take the trade. So yeah, are there any questions? Stop share. Any questions before we head up? Okay, doesn't seem like there are questions. So guys, when I'm saying that I sold my coins, those are obviously the coins that I'm trading. But you need to divide your portfolio into percentages. Those that you hodl forever, like I've got coins that I'm keeping for my children that I'm not trading, I'm not selling now soon. It's in a offline wallet, so it's not on an exchange. But then there are also coins that I'm hodling, let's say for the next 4 months, because I know what's happening over the next 90 days. So over the next 4 months, I'll be looking at those coins and playing around with it. But then there are also then coins that I'm trading on a daily basis. So it's important. You cannot trade with your entire portfolio. It doesn't matter how small it is, even if it's just 1,000 rand that you're trading with. Buy a few, especially long-term projects that's actually cheap coins, especially like Cardano, which is like 30 rand a coin. Buy 3, keep them just offline somewhere. And then what I basically did was to take an amount as I make profits. I divide my profits. Some of the coins I'm going to use for leverage. So I'm leveraging only with my profits. some of them I'm going to, I increase my capital, and a certain percentage is for hodl to keep long term. So that I hodl, I send it to my offline wallet. So it's actually there for me to keep long term. So
Sorry, Lucian, can I just find out how do you keep, I forgot to ask last time, where do you keep the ones that you don't use? I don't know where to keep those.
Yes, I was actually just about to say that on our next call, I'm going to show also about half of the time to where do I send my coins. So I'm actually the only person who has access to it. Out of the exchange where I'm going to hodl it, where I don't have to put them in on a daily basis on my 16 steps, because I mean, if I'm going to keep it for 3 years, why hide it down for 3 years every day? So you want to take it off the exchange and keep it there. So on our next call, then actually going to show where you can actually send those.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, fantastic, Norma. In fact, there are quite a bit of different offline wallets that you can send to. I will make a video of 2, but then on our next call, I will also show live the most common ones that we are actually going to use. Okay, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. See you during the course of the week. Share your trades. Let us actually take advantage this week. Like I said, this week I'm more bullish than bearish. I'm just looking for confirmation for us to actually remember Bitcoin's testing now, so it confirms that it's making its way up, then we might be actually getting even a 10% trade from Bitcoin. So the altcoins are obviously outperforming Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin gives us 10%, then we might get 20% on our altcoins. Thanks so much. See you guys.